Our Sunday teaser this week focuses on our gospel lesson, which I'm going to read to you, which comes from the book of Matthew on this Christ the King Sunday. When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate people one from another, as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will put the sheep at his right hand and the goats at his left. Then the king will say to those at his right hand, "Come, you that are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when was it that we saw you hungry and gave you food, or thirsty and gave you something to drink? And when was it that we saw you a stranger and welcomed you, or naked and gave you clothing? And when was it that we saw you sick or in prison and visited you?" And the king will answer them, "Truly I tell you, just as you did it to one of the least of these who are members of my family, you did it to me." Then he will say to those at his left hand, "You that are accursed, depart from me into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Naked, and you did not give me clothing. Sick and in prison, you did not visit me." Then they also will answer, "Lord, when was it that you saw you hungry, or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not take care of you?" Then he will answer them, "Truly I tell you, just as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me." And these will go away into eternal punishment, but the righteous into eternal life. When I was in college, there was a group of panhandlers that spent most of their time around the just off-campus area in Columbus, Ohio, at Ohio State. And one of the ongoing debates at the student body at Ohio State was about what to do with these panhandlers. Do we give them money? Do we ignore them? There were often stories in the newspaper about how much money these panhandlers were making. And as I was younger, I found myself always constantly desiring to judge whether people were worthy or needy, or whether they were a righteous cause. Often around Thanksgiving or Christmas, churches will talk about finding needy families to support, as if there are deserving families and undeserving families. As if just by virtue of being human, you do not somehow belong and are created in the image of God. This week I want you to think about, as we prepare for Sunday, the ways that casting our assessments of other people's worth and value affect not only ourselves, but the world around us. The way that it makes us look backwards instead of forwards. The way that it makes us live into complicated judgments instead of simplicity. Where in your life have you passed these judgments on others? Instead of opening the door when it's knocked, instead of clothing the naked, instead of feeding the hungry, you said, "But they aren't the kind of hungry I want to feed," or "But they aren't the kind of person I want to clothe." Who are those people to you? Think about the way that that's affected you. In this Christ the King Sunday, we're going to think about the ways that these judgments impact the world and everybody around us. We'll see you at Zoom and on Facebook at 10:37 a.m. on Sunday. Look forward for you to join us in worship together at Holy Family. God bless.